Dear students, welcome to English class. Our today's topic is preposition. In last class I have discussed about the preposition showing time. Today I will discuss preposition showing place and movement. Preposition is a little bit complex chapter of grammatical unit, so you must be very careful and practice a lot to understand the differences of preposition and their specific uses in different situations. Okay, let's start. At first I am showing you a diagram of preposition. This is very common diagram of preposition. If you understand the diagram, then it will be very much helpful to be clear about preposition. If we look into the diagram or chart, we find that over or above. Over or above means that is not attached to the object. If we regard this is an object, over and above is not attached to the object. On is attached to the object. Suppose a cap on your head, that is attached to your head. Onto, something is coming to a object in upper side. Next, through means something passing through, such as water passing through the pipelines or pipes. Toward means approaching to something away from, something is going away from the object. To means approaching to something. Inside, within, it regards inside a boundary, in a premise, in a school, in Dhaka, in Bangladesh. Inside of within, the same meaning. Beside means beside. Beside, you can see beside is used. He said beside me. Into, something is entering into, something is entering in the object, that is called into. From, something is happening from this object. From, out of. The cat is out of the bucket, if we regard it as a bucket. Under, below, beneath. Under, below, beneath means something is kept under your table, or below or beneath. There is a cow beneath the tree. Beneath means down, below. Okay, now I am going to the second figure of preposition of place. If you show the chart, you can very easily understand about the preposition of place. Preposition of place: at, in, on. These three preposition has been used here. At a point, at the door, at the crossroad, at the traffic light. At is used before this. At a point. In a 3D space. In 3D space means in the bag, 3 dimension. In the classroom, in a box. At first I am telling about at a point. Top, bottom, end of. At the top of the stair, at the bottom of the page, at the end of the street. To show group activities, at a party, at a concert, at the cinema. School or university we use before school or university we use at school, at university. Home or work, he is at work, he is at home. Shops, he works at the bakery, he is at a cafe, he is at the chemist lab. These things are in this places preposition at is used. In is used in a 3D space to mean territory, inside a car or van, in water, printed material. In has been used in the bag, in the classroom, in a box. In has been used in to mean territory, in London, in Europe, the Alps, in the world. In a car, in the car, in a van means inside a car or in a van. Water ক্ষেত্রে, in case of water we can use in the water, in a river, in a lake. Water bodies, in the swimming pool, he's swimming in the swimming pool. Printed material, in a book, in a picture, look in a picture, in the newspaper. On is used for on a surface, on the table. Something is kept on the table, on the carpet, on the roof, on the sofa, floor, on the first floor, on the fifth floor, on the ground floor. Right, left to show left to right we use on the right, on the left. Public transport, on the bus, on the train, on a plane. Media, in case of media we can use on the TV, radio, on TV, on the internet, on a website. So if you read the examples of preposition, and if you use this preposition to make your own sentences, then you will be able to understand the preposition more clearly. Okay, now I am going to the next section. Here I have discussed the preposition of place in chart, showing place, at. How it is used? An object settled position or position after it has moved, at the airport, at the ceremony. Meeting place or location, example, at home, at the desk. Point of direction, turning at the intersection. A target, throwing the snowball at Zahid. To mean target we use at. There are 4 meanings of at and their uses. At is a single preposition here, but it has 4 meaning here and 4 uses of this preposition at. You will practice it in your own word, in your making sentence or workbook. Next slide. By. By means or is used to close, to mean close to, alongside of, such as by the school, by the window. Next, in. In is used in an enclosed space, in a geographic location, in a print medium. Already I have shown you 2 charts about the preposition of place. Now it is it has been discussed in details in the garage, in an envelope, in Dhaka, in Texas, in print media, mean in a book, in a magazine. There is a story in a magazine. Now I am going to the next slide. On. Sorry. On is used in 5 cases. For a certain site by the school. Sorry, this example is not correct. On the left of a alongside of London lies on the Thames. For a river or lake. For a floor in a house. For a floor in a house. There are some mistakes in this chart, in editing mistakes. Or public transport, or television or radio, on the air, on TV, on a bus, on the floor, for a certain side, alongside of a river or a river lake, for a floor in a house, or public transport or television. In this section we can use on. If we look into the example, we find this, except this one is not example of on. Sorry, I am going back. About is used for around or outside of, at but not exactly on, related to. We use about for these three regions. About town, describes about your town. He is about 5 feet tall. At but not exactly on. About my father's business, related to some things. We use about for these three regions. Now I am going to the next slide. Above, suspended, higher than something else. I have already discussed it in a chart, that above means not attached to object. Above the door, it means not attached to the door, above the door. Superior to, above me in rank. After is used for two meaning: pursuit, or a point further from an earlier point. Pursuit, chasing after the robbers. After, pichu chuta, a point further from an earlier point. The corner after the big house. There is a corner after the big house. Next slide. Against means leaning on, or opposition to, or facing. Against the floor, keep the bag against the floor, or against the wall, or he is against me, opposing to or facing. Along, tracing the length of, without emphasis on the ends, along the hallway, along the river. Among is used for in the company, more, three or more, in a crowd, the end of a long list. There is a difference between among and between. Between is used to into. Among is used for more than three or more. Among friends, distribute the mangoes among the friends, among the masses, among the other things. Next slide. Around means location of something, or explaining a period of time. Drive around the block, or explaining a period of time around 3 o'clock. You will return around 3 o'clock. Before, in front, in terms of space. You should remember that I am discussing today the preposition of place and movement. This preposition is also used at the in a preposition of time, but here before has been used before a place. In front, in terms of space. Before the emperor, before Allah. Behind, on the back side of a point in a space. Behind the car, behind her smile. You must read the example with your own words and sentence, then it will be much more easier for yourself to understand the topic. Below. Below is used for place something lower than or underneath something else, below the stairs, below the expectation. From, in the sense of where from, a flower from a garden. He is from America. Into, enter a room or building, go into the kitchen or house. On to, movement to the top of something. I have these things, these prepositions have already been discussed at the very beginning, showing a diagram. Onto, movement to the top of something, jump onto the table. This is very onto is a very rare use of preposition. We use it very less. Preposition showing place, over. Over means covered by something else, or more than, or getting to other side, or overcoming an obstacle. There are 4 meanings of over. Put a jacket over your shirt, covered by something else, more than, over 16 years of age. Getting to the other side means walk over the bridge. Overcoming an obstacle means climb over the wall. Throw, something with limits on top, bottom and the sides. Drive through the tunnel. Towards, movement in the direction of something but not directly to it. কোনো দিকে যাওয়া, কোনো ডাইরেকশন দিকে যাওয়া, কিন্তু কোনো নির্দিষ্ট বিষয়ের প্রতি যাওয়া না। Go 5 steps towards the house. That was all about the preposition of place. Now there is a chart of preposition of movement. To, towards, through, across, over, along, in, on, into. Preposition of movement show movement from one place to another place. To, used when there is a specific destination in mind. I am going to the doctor's. Are you going to the party? Towards, movement in the direction of something. He was walking menacingly towards me. He was sitting with his back towards me. Through, movement across something from one side of it to the other. The train went through the tunnel. He cut through the gauge. Across, movement from one end of something to the other. He walked across the road. There was a barricade across the road. Over, describe something position when it is above something else. Helicopters drop leaflets over the city. I put a shawl over my shoulders. Along, movement in a line. Cars were parked all along the road. We walked along the river. In something's position in relation to the area or space or place surrounding it. We are going to have our picnic in the park. Put the pickle in the cabinet. On, describe something's position in relation to a surface. There was an array of food on the table. The rain falling on the roof kept me from sleeping. Into, movement causing something to hit something else. He got into the car. He swerved into the tree. That's all. If you have any inquiry or problem, you must make a comments in my video tutorial. And if you like or if you think you have been benefited after reading or studying the video, then you must share it and like it. Thank you. Have a nice time.